Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name's Jolie, and with the help of my husband Justin, who just got his first cup of coffee and he's slinking over there. It is Monday morning, so today on the agenda we have Salvation Army that opens at 9 a.m. and it is 8:25, so we'll be leaving in a little bit. Then we're going to come home. Well, I'm probably going to eat breakfast, and then we will pack our weekend orders. Right now we have 22 on eBay and 2 on Poshmark. And guys, I sold the amazing coat I showed you in the last video, but you're going to have to wait till I get ready to pack it to find out how much it sold for. All right, but before we head to Salvation Army, I'm going to do my morning work. That is going in and relisting items that have been on eBay for 2 months. So I'll share the screen with you and show you what I do and how I do it.
So we're on the Seller Hub page, as you can see right here. Quickly, I wanted to show you the sales chart. So this was Sunday. We did $622.99. Saturday was so pathetic. We did $155.08. And Friday was $505.94. Some of Friday's stuff got packed up when we shipped out on Friday, but some of it will be included in this weekend's order. So I'm glad Friday and Sunday were strong because Saturday was absolutely horrible. All right, we're going to go over to listings. And this is going to bring up our current listings, which we have 1,051 items currently listed. And I always keep it in reverse start date order, which means the oldest items. But if you want to change it, you just hit start date right here, and it'll either show you your newest listed items or your oldest. So today is the 13th of January, so I want to relist the things that are from the 13th of November. Let's see, there's not that many, so I'm going to click on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So those 7 things I want to end. So I'm going to go up to actions after I click them, hit end listings. I'm going to confirm that I want to end those 7 listings. Now I'm going to go over to the unsold tab right here, click on that. And here are those 7 listing. Now, if you keep stuff in your unsold, you have to be very careful when relisting stuff. I keep my unsold empty at all times. So I'm going to click that I want to sell similar right here, all these items. So when you get to this page, you can just check off. If you wanted to alter the price on anything, you can do it right over here in this field. But I'm good with everything, so I'm just going to hit submit and submit again. And now these items have all been relisted, but the trick is you want to go back into the unsold and go over, click everything again, go over to actions and hit delete because I don't want to accidentally double list something, so I'm getting rid of those. And now those listings, if I go back to active and see how I still have it sorted that is showing the oldest, but if I click on start date, it will now show me the newest listed items. And there are the 7 items that I just relisted. Are you ready to go to Salvation Army?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
So when I get into Salvation Army, my strategy is to immediately go to the name brand section. Then I normally do the plus size aisle. I'll kind of zigzag through the store looking at hard goods, going to shoes, like I like to do pants. It just depends also what time of the year it is. Right now, obviously, I'm not going to find a lot of sweaters for 99 cents because they're in demand. So once I get all my stuff that I'm thinking is possibility, I go off to the corner and sort my cart, which is what I'm doing here.
All right, just left the store. Oh, my receipt is, it was $8.98. We bought 8 items for the business and 1 personal game item of a large Connect 4 game. So 8 items for 99 cents a piece. All right, time to go home, eat breakfast, and pack our orders. So I'm just going to run through the weekend sales with you and show you the items. First off, Poshmark, I had 2 sales. This is just a Sonoma, which is a Kohl's own brand dress, summer dress. It was new with tags, which was the only reason why I bought it. It sold on an offer for $17. We paid $1.40. And then this is an Anthropology top that I picked up at the bins for $1.42, and it sold for $24. All right, now over to eBay. If it's a clothing item, it's in a bag. We'll put a picture of it on the screen since you can't really see it. I just a few minutes ago accepted an offer on this Draper James RSVP. It was a plus size dress. That's the only reason why I picked it up, because it was plus size. I paid $1.78 for it at the bins, and it sold on an offer for $19.99. And these Dan Post boots sold overnight. We've had them maybe for like a month, so not a super long time. They sold for full price minus our 5% discount of $89.99. And we paid $5.39 for them at the bins because boots are kind of expensive. Let's try that again. Heavy, which makes them expensive. All right, another clearance item. I know lately in the videos I've been showing lots of clearance items. It was a Quacker Factory plus size nautical shirt. Got it on 99-cent day, sold for $13.79. And I think this was a clearance item too. It's a cute Minnie Mouse plus size 2X shirt. I picked it up at a church sale where all clothes were $1, and it sold for $14.44. These two plates were free in the estate clean out. They're just two little luncheon corral. It's called Old Town Blue is the pattern. I took an offer of $9 for them. Normally, I would not want to ship something breakable for that low price, but Corel, you have to really work to break it, so you don't have to pack it quite as crazy as you do some of the other dishes. All right. We sold a lot of dolls this weekend. Maybe I should grab the box. Here, I'll just bring the box up. That'll be easier. One person bought these two American Girl dolls. They were both flawed. Like, this one's hair was cut and totally messed up. She's in American Girl doll clothes, but the clothes have holes in them. This one, her hair was better, but she's not in American Girl doll clothes. I listed them each for $29.99. Someone bought them both for full price, so they paid $60 pretty much for those two dolls. I sold one of my, I don't know if you've been watching us for a while, probably, I guess, maybe November, I think. I bought like 12 of these ornaments at the bins. I only have, I think, like 10 cents into each of them. That one sold on an offer for $15. We have a clearance dress. It was a Mark New York dress. I think it was new with tags. Paid 99 cents for it. Sold for $14.78. In the last video, I talked about a blender food processor unit we were parting out. This was the blade from it. It sold for $12.99. So those two pieces that I sold so far pretty much got me the exact amount of money I would have got if I sold the entire thing together, and I still have two more pieces, so that's why I talked about parting it out. Another clearance item. This is a Chico Zenergy shirt. I really don't pick up Zenergy of Chico's anymore. It just doesn't seem to sell as well. I paid $1.71 for it at the bins, sold for $13.19. My third American Girl doll. This one had very nice silky hair. She was in much better shape. She sold for full price of $42.99. And if it is full price, it gets an additional 5% off. I don't always remember to say that. And these dolls each cost like around $2.90 at the bins. I sold a donkey. So we had parted out a large Avon Nativity set. Some of the most expensive piece went for $45. Then a bunch of pieces went for, like in the upper teens, 20s. This is one of the low end pieces. I accepted an $8 offer because I'm just trying to move anything that's, holiday. This cute Cabbage Patch doll sold for $25.49. I bought, oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. That was your face. I bought a huge tub of like 12 Cabbage Patch dolls, tons of shoes and accessories at a church sale for $10. I might have one more doll left. I sold each pair of shoes for like $12.99. I made so much money, so I probably have like a quarter into her. So glad she sold. I have a Fabletics woman's sports bra. This might have been new. I can't remember. I can't see on this little screen I'm on. We paid only 30 cents for it at the bins, and it sold for $19.99. A pair of J. Jill Wherever pants. So I find this style all the time. So it's called J. Jill Wherever, smooth fit, like some are slim leg, some are straight leg, but this style sells so well for us, like fast. We paid $134 for it at the bins, and it sold for $21.99. And I have probably sold that same kind in different sizes, I would think at least like 8 times now. All right, I'm going to put a picture of the screen on the next item because I am not opening that box again. I bought a lot of Scentsy wax melts, 28 like brand new containers for around $10 at the bins. I think it might have been like $10.50. It sold for $80, which is awesome. But one of like Scentsys get sweaty, like when I looked up the technical terms, and it put off some oil on when they were all just thrown in a bag at the bins. So when I got home, some of the packages had like an oily residue on it. So I got a towel and completely cleaned them up, except that I am extremely allergic to pine oil and I'm allergic to lily of the valley. And it must have had one of the two of them. I had a 2-day allergy attack that was so bad. I ended up having to take Benadryl, and that's what stopped it, thank goodness. But then I don't do well on Benadryl. I took it at like 10 at night, and it took till noon the next day for it to wear off. I went to the bins like a drugged zombie. Don't worry, Justin drove. All right, these were a regular Goodwill pickup. They were doing a 40% off sale one day, like right before Christmas. They're Denver Bronco Nike shoes. I paid $8.99 for them because they were originally whatever 40% more of $8.99 is. But they sold for $72. Once again, they have to go through the authenticity program. So those got to go to FedEx today. We sold a pair of Skechers, these like slip-on shoes. Justin actually bought those because he thought they might work for me, but they didn't fit. But they were $1.28. We paid $16.99. I sold this really pretty Quacker Factory. No, I'm sorry. It's not Quacker Factory. I lied. I sold this really pretty Storybook Knits long sweater. Storybook Knits and Quacker Factory remind me a lot of each other. I love finding Storybook Knits. I once bought a huge lot of them at an estate sale and did so well on it. But you definitely want them in bigger sizes. So I was excited that was a 1X. I got that at a church sale where you filled a bag. Huge garbage bag for $2. So I think I ended up having like 20 cents into each item, something like that. Sold for $35.99. And then we have another pair of Skechers slip-on shoes. These ones we paid $1.58 for, and they sold for $19.99. This is a Land's End. I showed it in a haul video. Puffer down-filled, like nice long coat. It was a size medium. I paid $4.08 for it at the bins, and it sold for $59.49. All right, guys, here she is, or he is. This is the Billy Reed wool pea coat that I talked all about in the last video. So if you did not watch the last video, you need to go back to find out the origin of this coat, like the story behind it. But this coat gave me $12 because it came with money in the pocket, so I really got it for free. There was one other in that exact same size listed, and they listed theirs for $300. But I felt like my photos were like a little better on it, so I listed mine for $349.99, and I told myself if I got any offers over $300, I would take them, no matter what the amount was. And it got lots of watchers right away. I listed it probably at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the next morning at like 10 a.m., someone asked me if it had any tobacco odor. I said no tobacco odor at all. And then they sent me an offer of $305, and I could not hit accept fast enough. So really, because it had $12 in the pockets, I paid nothing for that coat. $305. Definitely the highest clothing item we have ever sold, and currently the highest sale of 2025. And it could be the highest sale for the whole year because we just don't really sell items that are that high in price. All right, Justin will show you what weights sold this weekend next.
Just a couple weight sales here. There are these 2.5 pound Healthways Hollywood plates that sold for $14.99. And then there are a pair of York 2.5 pound plates. Now these are really old vintage ones. I could tell because they're only stamped on one side. And I put them up high at $37.99 because there weren't any listed and I could hardly find any comps sold. So they sat for a while, but eventually they sold for a full price.
All right, orders are all packed up. What was our total profits, Justin?
it was right around $800.
Woohoo! That's pretty exciting. Those are the bags that are going to the post office. Now, what are you going to do with the rest of your day?
I'm considering going to the bins after I do this run, so I haven't totally decided. I guess
He told me I would have to make dinner if he goes to the bins. It's very convenient because we're having his least favorite dinner to make. He's fine with eating it, but he doesn't like cooking it. So all of a sudden, he's going to the bins and I might have to make dinner. I find this very suspicious, people. Whatever he does, I'm going to photograph and list some stuff shortly. Before I start photographing for the day, I wanted to show you the stuff that we got at Salvation Army this morning. And if you're thinking, her clothes have been different from when she first filmed this morning and now, I have an aversion to non-comfy pants, as I call them. So the second I get home from any store, I am putting on stretch pants. Oh, to show you my socks. Hang on. Can I hold my leg up that high? It says, next stop, thrift store. Yes, my nieces bought me those for Christmas. All right. But yeah, so I changed when I got home, and I always wear short sleeves down here because it is so hot when I'm packing. Though Justin had the basement door to the outside open, so that's why I put a sweater on because I'm freezing. All right, enough about that. Let's talk about what I got. I picked up this Susan Graver liquid knit tunic top in a 1X size. I would think it'd get listed maybe for like $21.99. And remember, all of this was 99 cents. This was a great find. I do so well with Chaps brand dresses, like just their basic, very, jersey knit kind of. And this one was new with a partial tag, size large, just great basic dress. I mean, I would think I'd probably get around 30 for that. Denim & Company. This is a QVC brand. This one is new with tags. I normally only pick it up if it's new with tags or if it's something really interesting and it's plus size. This is a 1X, but it has two pieces. It has like a tank underneath of it and the top. And since it was new, I decided to take a chance on it. I did not run comps on it, so I'm not sure. I would think somewhere between 20 and 25. I grabbed two pairs of these. They're size 20W Levi 414 classic straight jeans. They were both in excellent condition. They had about a, I think like 55 to 60% sell-through rate in this size. And they were selling for like 20 to 25. So since I was only paying 99 cents, and that's a really good sell-through rate for jeans because they tend to have a slower sell-through rates because the market is just more flooded. So I grabbed those. Another Susan Graver. This is also an XL. It is just like an animal print, sheer, open front cardigan. Probably list it for like 20 to 22. This is a very pretty Talbot size medium blouse. Has pretty ruffle detail. Just a very classic, like nice piece. Once again, we'll probably be listing the 20 to 25 range. And then the last item is this J. Jill Ponte knit tunic top. Has like a round hem. It's kind of like a chevron pattern when you get close. It is a size medium. Same 20 to 25 range, I would assume. So that was our quick pickup this morning at the Salvation Army. All right, so I have picked 15 items that I'm going to photograph. Once they get photographed and measured, they go in that basket there. So I have them all hanging on a rack here. There's my photo station. I just have two like box lights. And if you're newer here, my back wall is actually like the peel and stick wallpaper. And then I just have it sitting, I can tip so you can see, it's sitting on an old computer desk. And I have a base board. Also, I initially had just a piece of paneling leading up here, but there was a lot of dead space around it and it was harder to photograph longer items. So I switched to this a few months ago, and I always keep tape, like pieces of tape here, because that's how I get my arms to like hold back in a photo. I just have to replace them every once in a while. So let's photograph, tag any important details in the photos, the sleeves, Let me get the material and washing tag. Now I'm just going to flip it around. I'm using Justin's old phone to photograph because I'm filming on my phone. Normally I have a lanyard, I always say it wrong, connected to my phone, but his doesn't have the connection thing. So we're going old school where I have to put it down in between each one. All right. Then to photograph, as you can see, I'm just laying it flat here, measuring, putting the pit to pit measurement, and then the shoulder to hem measurement in my photos. And then it just gets put in this basket. And then we just continue to repeat the process. It will not take me very long to photograph these items. I have my lint brush there. If anything has lint on it, let me just, there we go, tie that so it looks nicer. Tape the arms back, pulling off some fuzzies. All right, we're good. That took me 25 minutes to do. It ended up being 14 items because one of the items I found a flaw on the collar. But I have a couple more items already photographed from yesterday that I didn't list. So I wanted to get 15 items up today. So now, first I'm going to actually take a break and eat some raspberries and blueberries. Then we'll get listing for the day. I guess I should tell you what time it is, though I have no idea what time it is. Hold that thought. Oh, here's my phone. It is 1:10. All right, got my bowl of berries that I'm going to eat. It's kind of like my snack between lunch and breakfast, even though it's already after 1, but I've been eating later, so I'll probably eat lunch at like 2:30. But I'm now upstairs in our spare bedroom. When I'm listing clothes, a lot of times I like to come up here. Like the sun's shining today, even though it was snowing out a few minutes ago. But the basement's kind of dark, and I just feel like it helps my mental health to come down here. But that's why I put the clothes in a basket, so I can easily carry it upstairs. I have my laptop right here. I have my scale. I'm sitting on like a futon. I have my scale next to me, bags. I have my pricing list because I have all my bins pricing down to the ½ ounce, so I can quickly look at it because I always put the price in the custom SKU. I have my SKU labels. So there's a TV right across from me. So I'm going to turn something on the TV and just relax a little while I list. The joys of working at home and for yourself. All right, it's a while later. I got my listings done. I did some other stuff in between. I actually ended up not listing that black long new with tags chap dress because I have an upcoming death. I know that sounds a weird way. I have a family member in hospice care and the end is coming near. So I had just received the phone call and I was like, what am I going to wear? And then I tried the dress on and it fit perfectly. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I was meant to keep that dress. Justin is still at the bins and he said he pretty much got nothing. He has been there for hours and he said he just has come up with nothing. This happens sometimes, especially when he goes himself because he's trying to make decisions and, you know, he's not that comfortable with like clothing without me being there. So unless the last change brings a miracle, he said he was doing one more change and then he was coming home. So right now, not very promising. All right, guys, it is now whatever that clock says, 5:40. Kind of wrapping up the work day. I have all my listings up. I didn't know. Were you listing anything today or not? No pressure.
Don't know. I'll have to look through and
Okay.
see if I can come up with anything.
I got 15 up, so we're good. All right.
Okay.
So his trip to the bins sucked.
It was a bust. I did end up getting these. They're Taylor Swift, like they were from an album, I guess they came with.
They're like
so,
fake Polaroids.
Yeah, so some people had them listed individually. I paid 15 cents for this, so if it doesn't work out.
Worst comes to worst, it'll be a Valentine's Day present for my niece who's obsessed with Taylor Swift. But yeah, this is the reality of reselling. Some days you do amazing, and other days it's a complete bust. I just noticed that the person that bought the Fenton Santa that I showed in the last video left feedback, and I thought it was amusing and it was nice. She said, exquisite, beautifully painted, so well wrapped. There was no way Julie was going to have anything happen to this treasure. My store's called Julie's Haunted Treasures. Thank you for your care and rapid delivery. I will be making your business a favorite for future shopping. So, that's why it's important to take care. If you guys did not see the last video, which shame on you, you should go back and watch it. I I wrapped them all in like bubble wrap, put them in a smaller box, and then floated him like that box inside of a larger box to ensure that he would arrive safely, because it was a $100 statue pretty much that I only paid 74 cents for. So I guess we're gonna wrap up today's video. This is a Monday, people. This is the life of a reseller. It has ups and it has downs. Oh wait, now ups, downs. Sorry, I'm sitting on the floor and my legs are going numb. That means we should wrap this up. All right, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you're old here, leave a comment, because that helps us in the eBay algorithm. No, YouTube algorithm. Yeah. Did I mention it's the end of the day? I'm tired. We've been going since 8 a.m. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Bye.